Good morning, students. So last class we started the discussion of operators in Python. Operators in Python. Okay, we can use these operators with the help of operands. Generally, we can call those as expressions. Okay, you can also have in your syllabus the expressions. We have seen that some of the expressions evaluations using operators and operands. So we have, yeah. Let us go to this. Okay. So we have discussed concepts of operators. So we have discussed arithmetic operators. So arithmetic operators we discussed. And we also discussed assignment operators. Assignment operators we also discussed. And we also discussed comparison operators. And we also discussed logical operators. And if you want write, we can write like this: and comma or comma not. We discussed this, and we also discussed about what is this? Membership operators. Membership operators. We also discussed membership operators like in comma not in, very important. And we last class I discussed a long time regarding this identity operators. Identity operators. I will discuss about this again also. What are identity operators? Is not. Both are called as identity operators, and we apply this identity operators for objects. That I will explain now. What is an that I will explain. Okay. What is the specialty of this? The chance of asking this question is high because it is special, and these two are also new kind of things you are seeing in programming languages. Okay. Now, first, what I will discuss in today's class is that I will discuss again identity operators, and I will also discuss some of the points regarding the membership operators, and I will also discuss today regarding what I will also discuss today regarding what is that? Evaluation precedents. Evaluation precedents I will discuss, and I will also discuss, this is outline, and I will also discuss some decision structures. Decision structures. Decision structures like if else, okay, nested if kind of things, and I will also discuss loops. Okay, while explaining this, I will explain with examples, and while explaining this, I will also discuss with you about importance of indentation in Python. Indentation in Python. Indentation, which is very, very, very important. This indentation in Python. Okay, this is what is the outline. Right. Now let me explain regarding this identity operators. Identity operators. Suppose if you look at, we already discussed A is equal to 10, B is equal to 10. Okay. So print of ID of A comma id of B. Okay, or you can also do like this, print of id of A is id of B. Yeah, you can also do this. Now what is the explanation to this? If you look at this, if you look at this, 10 A is a reference to this, B is a reference to this. Okay, every memory is indexed, right? Every memory is assigned with some value. Suppose it is at the address 2000 memory address. Okay, so what is the output of the statement? The output of the statement is, you can see like 2000. And what can be the output of the statement? id of A is id of B, 2000 is 2000, yes. So the output of the statement is a Boolean value. Yeah, I used here identity operator. Okay, identity operator. It prints true value, true Boolean value. This is one case. Okay, this is one case. And another case is, let us take the complex example. Okay, x is equal to a list, apple, comma banana, apple comma banana, and y is equal to, again I am taking apple comma banana. Next I am assigning z is equal to x. This is what is our Python program. Let us look at how memory is organized in this case. This is your memory. Apple comma banana. Okay. Again, apple comma banana. X is a reference to this, and y is a reference to this. Why is so? Here A is equal to 10, B is equal to 10, same value, but to the same value A comma B are objects with ID, same ID 2000. So this is what is the proof. Like A is a reference to 10, B is a reference to 10, both are having the same memory address value. But here the concept here is, here also apple banana, both are the same values, right? But here, because of the property of the list, this is a list. Because of the property of the list, what is the property of the list? List is mutable. Mutable in the sense, extendable memory. Here, in case of this, you cannot extend memory, no? You cannot extend memory like 10, 20, 30, 40. You cannot extend. This is fixed. Here you can extend memory. Like if you want to add here, you can add apple, orange. You can add orange here. And if you want to add, you can add suppose tomatoes. This is for X, this is for you. You are extending memory. Now, if both are same kind of, if both are pointing to the same memory location, this differentiation is not possible. Yes, this differentiation you cannot update X with orange, you cannot update Y with tomato. Okay, this kind of thing is not possible. This kind of thing is not possible. Okay, if you want to do this kind of thing is not possible. Okay, right? So generally lists are mutable. Lists are mutable. So that's why, so in case of list, in case of lists, you need to follow these concepts, okay? But let us look at this z is equal to x. Let us look at this z is equal to x. In case of z is equal to x, in case of z is equal to x, z is direct assignment, okay? Yeah. So z is a link to this. Z is a link to this. How, suppose this is at 3000 memory location, 3000 memory location. This is, suppose this is at 4000 memory location. Now, what is the proof like x and z are the references to the same object? What is the proof? Proof is that you try to print of id of x comma id of z. It gives you the answer is, it gives you the answer 2000, 2000. It gives you the answer 2000, 2000. Whereas if you try to print of id is a predefined function in Python, okay? Print of id of y, it prints like, which is different compared to, 3000, 3000, which is different compared to this. So that is nothing but 4000. Yeah. This is what is the proof. In case of lists, if x is pointed to the same x, and if both x and y are pointed to the, both x and y are having the same list values, even though it is not, it will not allocate the same memory. Yeah, it allocates different memory locations because lists are mutable. You can extend the memory. If you extend the memory, suppose if I update it like orange, if I update this like tomatoes, we cannot represent using the single memory address. We cannot do that kind of things. You can understand, right? Yeah. This is the thing. Okay. Good. So fine. Now, yeah, look at these membership operators. Yeah. You are having x is equal to apple banana. Print banana in x. Let us quickly give this. I will do some other thing. Okay, x is equal to. I'm taking this list. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. I am writing the statement print of. I am writing an expression 3 in x. 3 in x. Print of 3 in x. So what does it mean? Print of 3 in x. What does it mean? Is 3 is there in x? Is 3 is there in x? Is 3 is there in the list? Yes, 3 is there in the list. What is the output it will print? Answer is true. What is this exactly? How you can do this in C language? Can you think how you can do this in C language? In C language, this is called, what is this name? Can you guess? Anyone can guess what is the name of this kind of operation in C language? This is called in C language, what you can say, searching. In C we are having two kinds of searches like linear search, binary search. We are having two kinds of searches like linear search and binary search. You need to write some 10 to 15 lines of code. But whereas in Python you are having a membership operator 3 in x, it searches inside the list. It searches inside the list. It searches inside the tuple. It searches inside dictionary. Yes, that is. We will see all the things. What is list? It searches inside list. Okay, it searches inside tuple. Okay, it searches inside set. It searches inside dictionary. We will see all these things in third unit. So if I give here 3 not in x, if you write instead of the statement, if you write 3 not in x, what is your output? 3 not in x. What is your output? Answer is 3. Is 3 not there in x? Answer is false. A Boolean value, answer is false. So this is how you are supposed to learn. Okay? This membership operators used for searching inside your list, inside your sequence. You can also call it like sequence. You can also call it like a sequence. Right? Yeah. Very important key terms. Remember that. Now, yeah, fine. Next. We have seen this, everything we have seen. Yeah. Order of evaluation expressions. Okay. This is what is the order. First, topmost preference is for exponential operator, and the next preference is for not unary plus and minus. Okay, this is unary plus and minus. Okay, and next one is arithmetic operators like star division, modulus operation, floor division. Next plus minus, next left shift, right shift, and bitwise AND operator. Next exclusive OR, comma OR operator. This is what is the thing. For last you are having identity operators. Okay. Next membership operators and logical operators. Now let us see one example to get more clarity. Suppose I have a Python expression. I have a Python expression like A is equal to 5, C is equal to 3, print of A plus, okay, A plus C star 2. A plus C star 2. Can you guess what is the output in this case? This is comment line, you know, right? I'm regularly using that. This is comment line in Python. Print of A plus C star 2. How can you evaluate this? A plus C star 2. This is an expression. First preference is for multiplication. So this gets evaluated. A is 5. It means it is like this. 5 plus 3 star 2. First it gets evaluated. 3 star 2 is 6. Next this gets evaluated. So answer is 11. If you are not following the order of evaluation precedence, if you are, this concept is called precedence or priority in expression evaluation. Expression evaluation. Okay, if you are not following this, if you think like A plus C star 2, like 5 plus 3 star 2, how this expression gets evaluated? This expression gets evaluated 5 plus 3, 8 star 2, answer is 16. You will think like your answer is 16, but instead of that, if you know the concepts of this, your answer is 5 plus 6, that is 11. Okay, this is what is correct and this is wrong. This is wrong. Let me give another example. Okay, like I'm directly writing, okay? 3 star 4 star 2. Three star 4 star 2. Can you guess what can be the output? Can you guess what can be the output? So the first preference is given for this is an exponent operator. This is an exponent operator. This is an exponent operator First preference is for exponent, so that gets evaluated. This is equal to, this is similar to 4 square. Okay, 3 star 16. Now our answer is 48. Okay, if you are not following, this is correct. If you are not following 3 star 4 star star 2, if you think like this, 12 star star 2, 12 square, which is nothing but 144, this is wrong. This is correct. Okay, first preference is for this. Clear? Any doubts? Now let us look at another example. Okay, so 3 plus 4 by 2 bracket. Suppose if you are having an expression like this, why we are using brackets? To get more clarity, we'll use brackets. And another thing is, brackets gives most priority. Okay, yes, first inside brackets gets evaluated. Okay, inside brackets first get evaluated. This is first, so 3 plus 2 5, this is first. Next this, it's not like 7 by 2. Okay, actually it is 2.0, answer is 5.0. This is how it happens. This is how it happens in case of Python. Generally in C, integer by integer is integer, but in case of Python, integer by integer can be float, which is 2.0. It gives a real value. Okay, 5.0 is our answer. Yes, let us look at another example which is very important in this. Associativity. Associativity. Okay. That is all it's. Associativity. Right, associativity. Now what is this associativity? 3 star 4 by 2. Three star 4 by 2. What is your answer? Tell me what is your answer. See, if you look at the table, both